How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today's stick mobility class. I am Coach Ray. Thank you for joining me. So for today's class, I do have two long sticks with me, so we'll need both sticks for a good portion of today's class. I also have a kettlebell and a pad for us to kneel on. And over here, I also have a bench because we are going to need the bench in order to get into a stretch. So we are going to be focusing particularly on that superficial front line. So we're going to go through a full body mobilization. After the full body mobilization, we're going to get into a couple of different drills. And one of those drills is going to be specific to a split squat position while holding a kettlebell. All right. So we're also going to get into some core. And again, we're just kind of connecting that entire superficial front line here. To cool down, we're going to go through a full body cool down here, just kind of working on opening up the spine, getting some rotation and getting a good stretch here going. So first thing I want to do here is I'm going to step back and I want to have my right foot forward here and my left foot back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go from a double hang and then we're going to come up into a T-spine stretch. All right. So I'm going to step back with my right foot here, get a nice good distance going. The bottoms of the sticks are in line with the heel of my front leg. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to sink down. Good. Make sure you get a full hang here. Kind of get a little bit of decompression, right? Then I'm going to come up, bring my left foot to match my right, and I'm going to drive my hands forward and kind of sink my hips back here. Good. Now I'm going to step my right foot back and sink my hips down again to get a hang. Breathe. I'm going to come back up, match my right foot to my left, sink those hips back, and reach out. Make sure you're breathing here. Step that left foot back, repeat again. Now we're going to add in rotation. So I'm going to rotate to my right, to my left, come back up, reach. Try to elongate that spine as much as you can here. I'm going to step back with that right, get a good hang, rotate to the left. Excellent. Rotate to the right. Good. Bring that right foot back up, plant, and create that tension, lengthen. 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Nice and slow, and ease off. Now we're going to go with pelvic tilt here. So specifically for this pelvic tilt position, I do want to make sure that we are in a half kneeling position. So I'm actually going to take the pad here. I'm going to place it down. And I'm going to have my right foot forward and my left foot back. Now that back leg, just to make sure we're actually in a good position that's going to tie over, I am actually going to have my back ankle dorsiflex. So I'm driving that big toe down into the floor instead of how we typically go, which is a plantar flex position. So from here, I want to try to line up as best as I can for whatever my split squat position is. And then so I'm going to have the bottoms of the sticks in line with the ball of my front foot. Arms are going to be roughly about shoulder height. What I'm going to do from here, I'm going to drive the sticks down and shift forward just a little bit. Keep in control of the pelvis and the ribs. Now I'm going to do a posterior tilt. So I'm going to tuck my pelvis in, squeeze that left glute, drive that back foot into the floor, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to ease off, stay in that position, drive the sticks down, drop the back foot down, tuck the pelvis and squeeze the glute. You're going to feel a lot of glute engagement here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Let's go again. Drive the sticks down, drive the back foot down, tuck the pelvis and squeeze the glutes. Good. Make sure you breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to transition back into stretching out my right hamstring. So I'm going to adjust the sticks here, and I'm going to wiggle my right foot forward. I'm going to rock back and forth here. So my shin angle is kind of out, and now from here, I'm going to drive my hips back, reach down, and then come back up. Let's go through that 4 more times. Drive off that heel, dorsiflex that ankle, slight bend to that right knee, back up. 2, drive those hips back. Good, up. 3, let's go 2 more. Drive those hips back, dorsiflex that ankle. 4, let's go 1 more time here. Drive the hips back, push off that right heel. 5, good, and ease off. Now we're gonna switch sides. So for this, I'll actually face forward. Kind of go through that same thing again. So, back foot, back ankle is dorsiflex, driving that big toe down into the floor here. 6 are in the same position. All right, now I'm gonna shift my hips forward a bit, keep control of the rib cage and the pelvis. I'm gonna do the same thing, I'm gonna activate. So drive both 6 down, drive that back foot into the floor, do a posterior pelvic tilt, squeeze that right glute. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ease off. Go again, drive the sticks down, drive the back foot down, tuck the pelvis and squeeze the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ease off. Excellent. Last time, drive the sticks down, drive that back foot down, tuck the pelvis, squeeze the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Ease off. Wiggle that left foot forward a bit. Angle the sticks out. We're going to do that same thing. So try to sit those hips straight back while the sticks are on your shoulders. I'm going to push off that front heel, sink back, drop the hips down, back up. There's 1. Let's go again. Good. Up. 2. Breathe. Up. 3. 2 more. Up. 4. Last 1. Drive those hips back, sink them down. Up. 5. And relax. And ease off here. And now I'm going to move the pad over to the side. And now we're going to do here, we're still going to be using 2 sticks, but what we're going to do is we're going to work with doing a Cossack squat side to side, but we're going to add in rotating alongside of it. So we are going to be moving the sticks a little bit as we go along here. So try our best to follow along. So I'm going to take a relatively wide stance, and this is always going to be independent on you and whatever's most comfortable for you. You just don't want to go into those ranges of pain here. Now I'm going to start off by doing a Cossack squat going to my left. And so as I do that, I'm actually going to place the left stick behind the heel of my left foot and the right stick kind of on the inside of, towards the inside of my left foot. And as I Cossack squat over, I'm going to rotate and drive that right stick out and this left stick back, and then come back up. And when I switch over to the other side, I'm going to place a 6 in the same way. So 1 6 in back and 1 6 is going to be in front here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start by going to my left, place 6 over to the left here. I'm going to adjust my left hand to be up higher, right hand to be a little lower. I'm going to sink my hips back, reach out with the right hand and pull back with the left. Going to get some thoracic rotation, stretching out that right adductor. Now I'm going to come up. Good. And I'm going to switch places. So now I'm coming over to the right side. Right hand is up, left hand is down by the hips. And I'm going to sink my hips back. Reach out with that left hand, pull back with the right. Push up off that right leg. Then we're going to switch again. Drive out to the left. Pull back with that left hand. Reach out with that right. Push off that left leg. Excellent. Switch sides again. Cossack squat to your right. Excellent. Back up. Let's go each side one more time. Here. Good. Cossack squat to your left. Excellent. Back up. We're going to switch. Come over to the right. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Come back up and ease off. Now I'm going to wiggle my feet in, and now we're going to go to kind of a little bit of a skinning the cat, or as Joe's kind of called skinning the cat. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to hang on to the sticks. We're going to allow ourselves to hang. So what we're looking for here is to open up the pec and the shoulders. So you're going to get a lot of the shoulders open up here. Now, if it's painful, always reduce the range of motion or reduce the amount of hang you have. You can put as much pressure in your legs as you'd like. So I'm going to have my feet roughly about hip width apart, toes are pointed forward. I'm going to have my hands up at the top of the sticks here. Now what I'm going to do, having the sticks out to the side, I'm going to hinge my hips back. That's going to be the first movement. So in all truth, my chest is pretty tight and pretty sore. So for me, this is a really good stretch here. Good. I'm going to come back up. And now I'm going to progress it by actually allowing my body or my hips to drop down more. So from here, I'm going to hinge those hips back. Sticks come out to the side. Now I'm going to drop my hips down lower, allowing my heels to come off the floor. Back up. Excellent. We're going to go again. Hinge. Good. Drop the hips down. Allow those heels to come up. Three, 2, 1. Back up. And ease off. Excellent. Now, just want to work on the hips a little bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to work with internal, external hip rotation. And as we do this, we really want to focus on keeping the knee in the middle of the stick. We are going to do this in a completely sagittal position, meaning the knee is going to be directly in front of the hip. We don't want it angled out. We don't want it angled across the body. So I'm going to start with my feet together. In order to make sure the stick or my knee's in the middle, I'm going to have the sticks kind of shifted to my right a little bit. So when I bring my right knee up, it's directly in front of the hip. So the bottoms of the sticks are angled in towards me. My right foot is pointed forward and is directly in the middle of the sticks. Now from here, hands are about shoulder height. I'm going to keep my shoulders down, ribs down. I'm going to drive the sticks into the floor about 40 to 50% tension. Now from here, I'm going to bring my right hip up or right knee up, keep it in the center, and I'm going to internally rotate, push against that stick with about 30% tension. 3, 2, 1, rotate it back to center, and now I'm going to externally rotate, push the foot against the stick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center, come down nice and slow, and ease off. So we're basically holding that for about 6 to 8 seconds there. So let's go a couple more. So drive the sticks down, stay up nice and tall. Make sure you're driving that left leg into the ground. Bring the right knee up, internally rotate. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Externally rotate. 4, 3, 2, 1, back to center. Down nice and slow and ease off. Let's go one more time here. Drop both sticks down. Good. Bring that right hip up. Rotate, internally rotate here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now externally rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down and ease off. Now we're gonna switch over and doing the left side. It's the same thing. Make sure the sticks are kind of off to your left a little bit, right? Your foot should line up right in the center of the sticks. So from here, same thing. Drop both sticks down, left hip up, internally rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Externally rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Down, nice and slow, and ease off. Good. We got 2 more here. Try the sticks down, activate, hip up, internally rotate. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Externally rotate. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off and relax. We got 1 more time here, folks. Doing good. Drive the sticks down. Left hip up. Internally rotate. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Externally rotate. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And ease off. Excellent. Good. All right. Now we're going to get into the strength training. So this is where we're going to need the kettlebell. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have the kettlebell on one hand, and that's going to be on the hand of the side of the leg that's forward. So if my right leg is forward, I want to have the kettlebell in my right hand, and the stick is going to be in the left. We're going to use the stick to create more tension in that anterior line as we're actually holding a static split squat position. We're going to hold that position for 10 seconds at a time. We're going to do 5 repetitions per side. This is going to be exhausting. So I'm going to place 1 stick down because you only need 1. Now I can go with the pad just so you can actually start from the floor. I think that'd be a better bet. Or if you maybe have a little bit of trouble stabilizing or you have problems with the knee, it'd be better for you to start up top just so you can lower down to a position that you can get to without any pain here. And so my right leg is forward here. Now the pad is low enough to where or small enough to where I'm just gonna hover my back knee off just a little bit, only enough to hold that really tough bottom position here. The stick's in my left hand and I have it angled in towards me. Again, this is to make sure that we can create more anterior tension. So back foot, dorsiflex, driving that big toe into the floor. I'm gonna pick up the kettlebell, have it to my side. Now, first thing, I'm gonna drive the stick down 60%. Good, hover the back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down nice and slow and ease off. I'm gonna place the kettlebell down for a second and then do it again. Now, as we do that, you should be feeling your left glute fire. Let's pick up that kettlebell again, drive the stick down, let's go 70%, hover that back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down, good, ease off, take a second, pick up the kettlebell, 70% again, drive the stick down, hover that back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, ease off. There's 3. We got 2 more here. Drive the stick down, over the back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down, ease off. We got one more time here. Let's go 80%, driving that stick into the floor here. Pick up the kettlebell, drive, push down, hover, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, ease off. Let's take a second here. Now, I'm actually going to show what it'll look like holding the kettlebell, or sorry, starting from the top as opposed to starting at the bottom. Now, I'm not going to actually put the kettlebell down or ever place it down. I'm just going to hold on to it the entire time, just so there's not that inconvenience of putting it down and picking it back up. When we're down there like that, we can pick it up or put it down and pick it up again. So I'm going to have the kettlebell on my left hand. So this is actually going to be a little more challenging. I'm going to challenge that stability a little bit more. So left leg forward, right leg back. Have the stick in front. Make sure you're grabbing ground both feet. So from here, drive that stick down. 70%, go down, hover the back knee. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Good. Let's go again. Drive the stick down. 70%. Drive the back knee down. Hold. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up. Good. Got 3 more. Drive the stick down. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Excellent. We got 2 more. Make sure you're controlling the pelvis here as we go along. Drive the stick down. Stay up nice and tall. Drop that back knee down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Excellent. One more time. Drive the stick down 80%. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Excellent. Go to place the kettlebell down safely. Take a break for a second here. Now, that version actually might be harder because we're actively concentrically going up as well as holding that isometric. So, again, you can always work on the level that you're holding it at. You just want to make sure that you're not in a position of pain. You want to make sure that back glute or back leg is really firing there. And make sure you're in a really good stable position. You don't want to end up extended. You don't want to be folded over either. All right? So now we're going to get into a little bit of core work here. Now, in order to really activate the anterior line or superficial front line here, we're going to need to be at in a spot where we can drive the stick going down here. All right, so we're going to go to the floor, and this is going to act as a corner of a wall. So you have a corner of a wall, perfect. If you actually have something like this where you have freedom of space over here, you can actually scoot down so you further lengthen that lever by bringing your arms up into an overhead position. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to hold a hollow hold. And so the first start, and I'll actually kind of start up a little higher, so my hands are about roughly where my chin is. Now, the first thing we need to do from this position here is having a straight, laying our body out flat, drive the sticks down, and then lift the upper back and head off the floor. That's first position. Second position now is to lift the feet off the floor until your lower back is flat. You're gonna hold 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down nice and slow and ease off. Now, like I mentioned, we can make it harder. So I'm actually going to scoot down a little bit more since I have the freedom to move. Same thing. So now my hands are overhead. Legs are straight, body straight. Drive the stick down. Lift the upper back, head off the floor. Feet up. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. Again, I'm going to move down a little bit further. So now it becomes a lot more of a challenge because now the hands are in an overhead position. Still gripping the ends of the sticks here. Arms straight. Drive the sticks down. Bring the upper back and head off the floor. Legs up. Hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off and relax. All right, so now this is where we actually need a bench or a chair or something stable for us to pull the stick down into. Now, ideally, we can do this at a higher height, which would actually make it a lot more challenging, but we're gonna start off low here. So I'm gonna go with a tall kneeling position here, and I want the bottom of the stick, or end of the stick, to be on the bench. Now, as I do this, what I really want to focus on is keeping good, strong integrity. So I'm going to have both of my ankles dorsiflexed, driving my feet into the floor here. Now, what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to have my right arm stretched up and out, and I'm going to have my left hand extended out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to create tension on the stick. I'm going to pull with that left hand, reflexively push up with the right, and then I'm now going to take it further by dropping my rib cage in and down. So it's going to look like I'm getting a little bit of flexion here, and that's okay. So what I want to do from here, I want to drive both feet into the floor. You're going to feel some tension in the quads, the front of the hip. I'm going to have my right hand on the end of the stick. My left hand is going to be completely stretched out. Now from here, pull that left hand in, reflexively push up with that right arm. Now, pull that rib cage down towards the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease off and relax. As you pull the rib cage down, you're going to feel an intensification of that contraction, or that isometric. So from here, we're going to do it again. Drop both feet down, arms straight, pull that left hand in, and drop that rib cage down towards the hips. 3, 2, 1. Ease off. Excellent. We're going to go one more time here, folks, and we're going to switch sides. So we're also getting a little bit of shoulder work in here too. So drive those feet into the floor. Pull that left hand in. Drop that rib cage down and in. Flex. 3, 2, 1, and ease off. Excellent. You should be feeling a significant amount of anterior line tension here. So from here, arm is straight. Same thing. Drive those feet to the floor. Left arm is straight. Pull that right hand in. Flex and drop that rib cage in towards the hips. 3, 2, 1. Going to ease off. Excellent. We're going to go 2 more. You can rotate the stick a bit, make sure it's not bending all in one way. Drive those feet to the floor, arms straight, pull that right hand in, and then flex the spine, drop that rib cage down towards the hips, and 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Excellent. Let's go one more time here, folks. Drive those feet into the floor. Arms straight, pull that right hand in. Good, ribs down. 3, 2, 1, ease off and relax. Excellent. And that is the end of the strength training. So now we're gonna get into the stretching. This is gonna be the part where we actually stretch out a lot of those anterior lines. So we're actually gonna do a couch stretch. However, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little tricky to set up, but if you have the right setup, this is gonna be a really, really great stretch here. So now I'm gonna move the bench. So I have the bench now set up relatively close to where the ramp is. Now, again, it's gonna act as if it's a corner of a wall or something stable for us to press into. Now, our first position is actually gonna be getting into the couch stretch. So I'm gonna place my left foot on the bench, top of my left foot on the bench here, and I'm gonna slowly lower down. If you can get that knee down, great. If you cannot, you can have something that's gonna elevate so your knee doesn't travel down as far if it's too much. Now, with both sticks, what I'm gonna do, I'm actually going to grab the ends and I'm gonna place it behind me, like so. Now, I wanna make sure that the ends of the sticks are actually, bottom sticks are pressing into the ramp here, or the corner. I'm gonna have my hands at where the ends of the sticks are. Now from this position here, I'm already getting a little bit of a stretch, but now I'm gonna intensify that. So I'm going to lightly drive my left foot into the bench, acting as if I'm extending my knee. I'm gonna reach both hands up and back and lean. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna bring my hands down and shift my hips forward. That's gonna ease off that stretch here. We're gonna do that again. This time I'm gonna have my hands a little bit further back, so now I can actually extend back even further. So from here, drive that back foot down, keep the pelvis nice and tucked, and then extend. 3, 2, 1. Good, back up, ease off, shift forward. Let's go one more time here, folks. Draw that back foot down. Good. Extend those hands back. 3, 2, 1. Back down. Ease off. Now I'm going to slide the sticks forward and I'm going to assist myself up. Let's go ahead and change angles. All right, so now we're going to switch legs here. So I'm going to have my left leg forward, right leg is going to be on the bench. And again, drop down, get into position if you can here. Now, same thing. I'm going to make sure that both sticks are angled back and behind me. Make sure they're safely against the wall. Now from here, start off in that same position, right? Drive that back foot down lightly. And I'm going to reach my hands up and back. 3, 2, 1. Ease off, shift forward, ease off some of that stretch. We're gonna do the same thing again. Now I'm gonna reach my hands down a little further. Drive that back foot down. Good, keep that tension. Reach back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back down, ease off. We're gonna go one more time here, folks. Push those hands back. Drive that foot down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Ease off. Shift forward. Then assist yourself up. Excellent. All right, so we're going to continue stretching out some of those anterior lines. So now we're going to do the human sail. And so what we want to make sure we have here is a relatively wide stance. This is always going to depend on you and what's most comfortable. So if you're finding that your stance is too wide, you're getting a lot of back pain or anything like that, we can actually adjust the positioning a little bit. So I'm going to have the bottoms of both sticks in line with the ball of my foot here. Now my hands, your hands can always adjust. You can start with your hands about forehead height, or you can have them a little lower. I tend to go with more so forehead height. So from here, arms are straight. I'm going to drive the sticks down about 10 to 20%, just to get a little bit of tension. Then I'm going to sink my hips back, reaching out. And I kind of want to hang into it here. Good. Now I'm going to squeeze my glutes, driving my hips forward and open up and lean back. Good, back forward, drive those hips back. And again, you can adjust your hands as you go. So I'm gonna adjust my hands and be down a little lower. Good, squeeze those glutes. Make sure you're keeping them nice and tight. Drive those hips forward. Chin up and back. Good, come back forward. Let's go into it one more time here. Again, allow yourself to kind of hang here. Good. Open up, squeeze those glutes, drive those hips forward. Three, two, one. Back up to center. And ease off. Take a second. Let's go ahead and wiggle those feet in, nice and slow. I'm going to place one stick down. And so I want to get into the slap shot. However, we're going to ask them something a little different here. We want to make sure that as we go into the slap shot, as I go to each side, I'm going to change position, get into a split squat or split lunge kind of position here. We've done this before, but I'll go through it slowly. And so I'm going to take wide stance. Okay, again, whatever's comfortable. If you need to adjust your feet as we go along, don't be afraid to do so. Now from here, six behind the mid back. I'm going to first hinge. Good, breathe. Get that nice hamstring stretch going here. Now I'm going to rotate the left end of the stick down towards the floor. If you can get it at midline, good. If you can get it across, that'd be even better. So from here, I'm going to pull the stick apart, and I'm going to lunge to my left. So I'm going to really feel a stretch in the pec, good, in the shoulder, maybe a little bit of the bicep here. Now I'm going to lunge to my right, and as I do that, I'm going to rotate my back foot and my right foot, squeeze a glute, and actually lean back a bit. So now we actually lengthen front line a bit. Then we're going to come back to neutral. Good. Now I'm going to switch and do the other side. So from here, place the end of the stick down, pull the stick apart, lunge to your right. Make sure you breathe. As we lunge to the left, pivot both feet. Drop that knee down towards the floor, lean back. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Excellent. Now we're going to switch over to the other side. Okay? Now this time, I actually want you to get the bottom of the stick further across the body. So from here, you're going to place that left end of the stick down, pull apart, keep that tension, lunge to your left. Good. Come over to the right, pivot, squeeze that left glute. Good. Going to come back to center. Ease off that side, do the other side. Good. Pull apart, lunge to the right. Breathe. Good. Lunge to the left, pivot the feet. Squeeze that right glute. Good. Back to center. Ease off. Come up nice and tall. Wiggle those feet in. And excellent. That, my friends, concludes today's stick mobility class. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me. I hope everybody had a good class. I'll be sure to catch you on the next one. Stay safe and have a good day out there, folks.